Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Saturday night, I'm just chilling. Hope you guys are grinding forward and staying on your programs, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Let's talk about forgiveness. Oh, it's a horribly unpopular topic. I was in the car, Mustang, taking a little drive around town, beautiful night, windows down, radio going. Drive by the river. It's Jeep Week here in town. They have tens of thousands, thousands upon thousands of Jeeps. It's a major event, national event. Anybody in the country who owns a Jeep, they come to town, and all along the beach, it's just packed. They're on the beach, they're at the hotels, every parking lot, Jeeps everywhere. So I stayed away from the beach, just drove by the river, real beautiful. Lots of mansions down by the river, old southern mansions. And that song by Phil Collins, I Don't Care Anymore, that came on. I don't think that's Genesis. I think that's just Phil Collins' solo career. I didn't mind Genesis. I liked, who was it? The singer of Genesis before Phil Collins. Peter Gabriel, much better. Peter Gabriel, much better than Phil Collins. But that song was on the radio, and he says it like a million times, I don't care anymore, and he just keeps saying it over and over again. And I kind of mixed that into a stew of evil thoughts that I was thinking already of the past. And I have PTSD, and the past comes up for me. I try to shut it out, but it continually arises, and I started thinking about a relationship that fucked me up when I was younger, and I was engaged to be married. The whole relationship crumbled apart. I've told the story. I'm not going to retell it. There's no point. I've retold it to myself in my head 30,000 times or more. And I'm no longer confused about it. I used to be for many years. I understand my role. I understand that I wasn't perfect, and I understand also that I didn't deserve that kind of treatment and whatever, but that didn't cut that cord of resentment that was still, that negativity that was still deep down inside me. Because whenever I thought about her and that relationship came up, or even that time of my life, I would become angry with this kind of fuck that bitch mentality. And as I was listening to the Phil Collins song, thinking about, well, how do I get to that point of not caring anymore? And I don't want to say it ingenuously, where you are kind of like a bratty child walking away from a meal that he didn't want, and you say, well, I don't care anymore, or something, you know. I'm not trying to lie to myself. It would be nice to just truly not care, and she hurt me. I mean, I was devastated. I went homeless after that relationship. It completely fell apart. Like in the worst, most weakest possible way. I completely lost that battle. So how do I get to a point when I don't care anymore? When there's so much resentment and these bad memories? So I want you to think about the people that hurt you the most. Not the least, not just kind of, but the people that hurt you the most. And that may be a list of only a couple people. Hopefully it's only one person. For me, it's a couple people. I have a list of people who hurt me the most. I don't have to sit and ponder it for a half hour. It comes up right away. I know who hurt me the most. And she was one of them. That relationship stands out as like one of the worst times of my life, because there was so much. I got arrested a bunch of times, and I tell the story. There's so much that happened, but that started it. Well, forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness is how you level up. Forgiveness is the entrance to the next level above you. You take your wisdom, you take your humble knowledge that you've gained about self and about the world, and you forgive those that hurt you, forgive those that trespassed upon you, you give everything to God, and the door opens. And you move forward. But you can't be a liar. On that next level, if you start harking back to that bullshit narrative of, well, fuck that bitch, oh, watch how fast you slide backwards. No, it has to be real. Because this is new ground that you're going to stand on. It's important with suffering to remember that it makes us stronger, and one of the ways it makes us stronger is through wisdom. It makes us wiser. Knowledge is power. You become more powerful. Every time that you go through a lesion, you get a lesson. And you recover and you become stronger. I mean, it's why we go to the gym. Become stronger. See a guy with big muscles, as long as he's not using steroids, cheating, you can tell he's put himself through a lot of suffering. Those muscles, that represent suffering. You get stronger from suffering. I'm an incredibly strong person now in my mid-50s. So much so that I started a coaching and mentoring business, and it's become wildly successful. I never would have been able to get to this point of strength without all the pain that I went through and without specifically that relationship. So in order to get to the point, like Phil Collins says, of I don't care anymore, and to truly mean it, I've had to forgive her. I completely forgive her. I see her side of it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. And I am glad I went through what I went through from my own personal perspective, both before, during, and after, because it made me who I am today, all in the context of my life. And as I've gotten more interested in spirituality and my connection to a higher power, I've started to see my story, the greater picture of things with my life, and how necessary a lot of bullshit that I went through was. So I'm incredibly happy with who I am right now. And I wouldn't change myself for the world, because I have a level of confidence that I've never had before. And that comes through the forgiveness. Your forgiveness builds your relationship with God. Your forgiveness makes you stronger. It heals all wounds. When you forgive the past, there's nothing from the past that can hurt you ever again. You have armor against it. You're bigger than it. You're in another dimension from it. It can't even touch you. So that's the task for the evening. Think about who hurt you the most. And you might need to go turn on that Phil Collins song, that dumb song, to remind you of what your goal is to not care anymore, to truly not care anymore. I don't care anymore. Food for thought.